What's good with y'all, tribe? I hope y'all having a good day out there, man. Today we gonna get into a nice little video about America. Y'all going to lock in, man.
Public service announcement. This is not a prison planet. This is not purgatory. This is not hell on earth. This is what it looks like when a planet becomes invaded and indigenous become prisoners of war and assimilated into a new culture. I don't know how long this war has been going on, but physically, it started on Earth about 70,000 years ago.
When you really think about it, right? When Christopher Columbus, when he came up over here to America, right, and he talked about the people and how they behaved nothing like this system that we have today. It wasn't no capitalism. It wasn't no greed. He talked about how the people gave him all this gold. They would just give him stuff. They had all this food. They shared with each other. So it makes me wonder, right? Like, if we had those type of societies before the modern age, maybe that might be possible, man. What y'all think?
The ancestors want to know when we gonna take our shit back. We've been living on this land for thousands of years. We believe and perpetuate this lie that we come from Africa. But your grandmama is from Mississippi. Her great-grandmama is from Tennessee. Her great-great-grandmama was from Louisiana. Do you not realize that that's the reason nothing is changing? You identify as something that doesn't exist. Black does not exist, it's fictional. We are indigenous. If you knew the way the world viewed you before colonialism, you would never identify with slavery ever again. There's no point in asking for reparations when we are old land. And before you get caught up on what tribe you belong to, know that that doesn't even matter anymore. A federally recognized tribe is like federally recognized pharmaceuticals. The FDA approves fentanyl, but they don't approve ashwagandha in St. John's wort. What makes you think that the government's approval holds any validity? The truth is coming out. Y'all gonna catch on to it eventually. Just let me know when y'all ready to start the revolution.
Don't let these people trick you. This is still the old world. It's just a matrix that's been set up on top of this shit. And the reason for that is because they don't want us making the connection that we are the last remnants of this old world that they built on top of. Why you think when they came here, it was eating us, killing us? They was trying to kill us off the best that they could, so that we would forget.
And let me hit y'all off with something. Now this is my personal opinion, man. I think the people walking around on the earth and the people being born into the earth today is the people that was trying to kill off in them ancient times. Not even ancient times, but 400, 500 years ago. We them people, we back again, and we back to put the truth out there. That's just what I think, right? It ain't even what I really think. I know some of this stuff. But you just gotta take my word for it. You don't have to. It's up to you.
We would forget, and we kind of did. We kind of did forget, but people are waking up now. People are waking up now. I'm glad. But yeah, this is the old world, buddy. And black people in America, specifically, are one of the last remnants of that old world that they built on top of. They done built a fake government over ours. They done built a fucking fake civilization over ours. Especially, you go in these metropolitan areas, you'll see these old buildings have been built on top of. Our spirituality has been built on top of.
Yo, tribe, that's a big thing right there too. Our spirituality, like the ways that we kept before these people came to this land and all the other lands that they went to throughout the earth. It just seems to me, right, that they created something, or they heard the rumors of the people over here, maybe some other lands, and they created another, something similar to it, and then gave it to us to, worship after, their ways, to keep us in this mindset or this loop that they got us in today with all the different religions. But today, everybody waking up out of that, man. You know what I mean?
That's why it's so easy to convert black people or make them Christians, because our original spirituality was basically Gnosticism, you knowing, and all the symbols and stuff that were being presented were the codes to our spirituality, but they flipped it, just like they flipped everything else. So don't get this shit twisted, bro. This is the old world, bro. We the last remnants of the old world. That's why we've been reclassified so many times, so that we wouldn't know who the fuck we are. We done been on this land for eons. How come no other race or nationality has undergone so many reclassifications? And every time we try to figure out who we are, it's a motherfucking puzzle. It's a motherfucking, it's a riddle. When people waking up now, the jig is up. The jig is up, bro.
So you mean to tell me all these books are lying? Even the newspaper, all telling the same lie, that America was the first. America was the seat of humanity. America is the mother of civilization that went around the world giving it to everybody.
From all the books that I used to read, and I used to read old books like 1600s, 1500s, 1700s, 1800s, right? They used to call America, like when they came to America, y'all know what I'm talking about when I say they. When they came to America, they would talk about America as though it was the Garden of Eden. As a matter of fact, they would use that phrase in association with America as the Garden of Eden. And then also when they would talk about the people here, they would talk about them as though, you know, they were the chosen people, which makes sense when they say Indios, Indios, the people in God or the people of God. This all makes sense, right? America may be possibly the first land, the motherland, the first to come out the waters, because that's how they talked about it when they got here. Like if you read the old books, now the modern books, you read those modern books and I'm gonna just be frank, right? They full of bullshit, man. All right, the modern stuff, you gotta go back to the old book because they talk a different story, right? They talk a different talk about this place that we call America.
So you mean to tell me they lying? I trust these books before I trust the school, the news of today. Back then they wasn't lying because they was writing to their counterparts about what they saw or what they seen here in America.
One more thing, right? Why is it we go through all this schooling and you learn about all other continents. You learn about Egypt, you learn about Africa, you learn about Europe, but they do not really teach you about America. They never really go into the ancient history of America. Now you got to ask yourself, why is that? Why don't they talk about the ancient history of Florida, ancient history of Georgia, Carolinas, or South America, Mexico? Why they don't go through those things as much as they go through like the Fertile Crescent or as much as they go through like Egypt or Greece or Rome? Like you know everything about Rome. How much do you know about America? How much do you know about any of the civilizations in America? How much do y'all know about the pyramids in America? How much do you know? You don't know much because they don't tell you about it. Now ask yourself why.
I trust them because they was telling their friends, hey, this was going on, this who I see, and I can't believe it. So you saying these articles, these books are lying? Come on, man. Let's start with this one right here. It says, it was the belief of the wise Thomas Jefferson that America was the seat, was the first seat of the human race. It says, the great wise Jefferson said that he believed that America was the first seat of the human race. Right here, in this book. Go get it. Go get it. So you mean to tell me the lost cities of North and Central America is lying? That Africa was largely depopulated after the last pole shift about 10,000 years ago, 7,000 to 8,000 years ago. Negroes from America, Central America, migrated into the areas around Nigeria. Come on, so they lying? They lying? They lying? Come on, let's go down to another one. I got them. I got the receipts ready for you. It says, the idea it was European who introduced civilization to Africa is one of the biggest historical myths. In fact, evidence from archaeological, oral history, traditional language, and cultural practices strongly indicated that it was the South American Indians who introduced civilization to Africa some 7,000 years ago, long before the Greeks' Roman civilization emerged. The South American Indians had introduced civilization to Africa. So they lying, and this was written by an African, Katanga A. Bongo. So he lying? He lying too? Come on now. You just have to do deep research. These books ain't lying. These books are telling us what's going on. See, those was books. Let's go to a newspaper. The newspaper was written, the Kansas City Journal, Monday, October 12th, 1896. 1896. What it said in that newspaper? It says, the oldest civilization was in the Yucatan and Central America. Future discoveries may change. It may change this conclusion. It says that Egypt was first peopled by immigrants from the Yucatan. From the Yucatan. That's here in America. Making America the mother of civilization. Making America the seat where everything was created here and went out to the world. So you're going to have to come better than what you just tagged me in. I'm showing proof. Books. It shouldn't be no books. It shouldn't be no newspaper. These are the things we must challenge and look into and not overlook. Don't look at them books. They old. No, I'm looking at them books. Don't read that newspaper. It's old. No, I'm reading that newspaper. Stop playing with me. If you couldn't find it, I just showed you. Go look these up and come shit back with me. Checkmate.
The truth of the matter is, the people that have been in charge of this nation since this nation's inception have prioritized profit, personal gain, and selfish desires since the beginning of the United States. This place has never been for the people, and that's the irony behind it, right? When you really dive into our history, the history of the United States, and start analyzing each decision, you come to the conclusion that they never cared about the people in the United States, but they put on the front like they did. They sold people the American dream. They say, come here and build a better world, when in reality they just needed people to build the United States. It went from slavery to immigration, and now they're at the point where they no longer want the people that they forcibly brought over here and sold a fake dream to. The reality is, the United States and the very few elite that have truly been in control, the oligarchs that have chronically been in control since the Industrial Revolution.
It's crazy because this country, right, that they formed, right, it ain't nothing but a big slave plantation, man. When you think about it, man, the system ain't for nobody, right? The system is for the elite, okay? They tell you to go out there, go vote. They tell you to go, that you're a part of the system, your vote count. They tell you that, get out there, work hard, and all it is to uphold this system of oppression, because there was no capitalism over here. There was no game over here to be played as they play today, to have people enslaved and in debt.
And the people have always been the backbone, but ironically, the final thought when it comes to the economy, when it comes to quality of life, when it comes to our society, and when it comes to the culture. The people are the backbone, yet the final thought. And this is what you get. There is nothing we can do, right? There is nothing we can do, and this is the truth. The only thing that we can do is focus on building a community separate from these evil ideologies. The truth is, we have to let this place burn. We have to let the ideologies burn. We have to let the institutions burn. We have to let the people realize that the way that they have been running this nation has been incorrect, and there is no other fate but to let this place shift from a democracy to a fascist demagogue, because this is what they set up. These are the values and the ideals that they subconsciously reinforced in the United States while trying to portray another picture to the world. They've always wanted to portray the leader of the new world and democracy and freedom and all these things, while subconsciously the people don't own anything, the people are censored, the people are slaves to their jobs, and there's no way out. It is a rat race. This is the truth of the United States. God bless.
Well, that's all we got today, man. Thanks for coming through, hanging with me, man. Hey, go and hit that subscribe. Share the video if you thought it was good, man. And I'll holler at y'all boys later, man. Peace.
I used to wanna save the world till I realized saving the world don't do much for a nigga. Cursed out by the folk I done fell out with. I'm tryna fix what's been done to my niggas. Martyr down to do shit, but it get you harassed and faded. Outcome be attacked and hated. Balcony assassination. Martin seen it, Malcolm seen it, Hampton seen it too.